Flat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Flat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Flat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Flat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you?
So one of the ways we know flat earthers are getting desperate these days is because they keep trying to resurrect arguments that were debunked a long time ago. And one of these topics is crepuscular rays, which you can see here. They are rays of sunlight that appear to diverge, and the flat earthers mistakenly believe that this indicates a very close and local sun. But as we have demonstrated in the past, and I will do again in this video, the rays are actually parallel. And here is a view from extremely high altitude showing that the shadows are in fact parallel. So for a previous video on this topic, I obtained this footage, which was made during the disinsection process on board an empty aircraft being transported back to Australia. As you can see here, the sunlight coming in through the windows is being clearly defined by the disinsection spray, and the angle of divergence of those rays as they appear in this image would indicate that the light source is right outside the window. That's not the case at all. It was the setting sun a long distance away. Furthermore, when I move across to look at the other side of the aircraft, you can see that those rays of light are striking the other side of the cabin at equal spacing to the window spacing. And furthermore, because the aircraft was flying wings level and the sun was setting, it was well below the horizon, and the sunlight is reaching above the top of the window on the other side. So let's take a look at some additional footage of crepuscular rays as seen from my aircraft. And this is on descent into Perth. What you can see here are very clearly defined rays of sunshine coming down through the clouds, and they all appear to be at very different angles. Now these rays of light are in fact all parallel. If we had a person on the ground over in this location looking up at the sun, he would be looking at the same direction as a person over here. We're not looking to the west from this position on the ground, we are not looking straight up from this position on the ground, and we are not looking towards the east from this position. Over the space of about 100 miles, the angle looking up to the sun would change by less than 2 degrees, and that is caused by the curvature of the Earth anyway, 1 degree per 60 nautical miles. So even though the crepuscular rays actually do appear to change angle quite significantly, for an observer on the ground at any of these locations, the sun would effectively appear to be in the same position in the sky. So I'll play the footage from the aircraft, and then I'll play this clip which was taken at a local shopping centre showing parallel rows of balls creating the same appearance we see in the crepuscular rays. These rows are parallel as the rays of light from the sun are parallel, but it is due to perspective that we have this appearance of divergence. Now I think most people can understand quite easily how parallel rays of light could give the effect that we see with the crepuscular rays. And if you're a flat earther who is still not understanding it after we have explained it and demonstrated it numerous times, then the fail is 100% yours. It is a failure in your ability to understand geometry in 3 dimensions. And that is your problem, not ours.